YouTube content creator Stippo has just scrubbed the internet of all of the work he's put into it over the past decade because he didn't get a review copy of a game. And as somebody who has pretty much gotten into the Dead Rising series, potentially because of the videos he's made, it really hurts to see this, man. But what would lead somebody to make such a drastic decision? Well, let's unpack that. You gotta understand that Stippo is the most prominent Dead Rising creator, period. I don't think there's anybody that's ever covered any game to this amount of detail that he's done. What he would do is he would take different builds of the game, pre-release footage of the game, analyze it, deconstruct it, break it down, and figure out what made this game work, what was cut from the game, what could have been in the game, how many builds are out there in the wild. And it was this fascination with this one game that led to him having a cult following and led to his videos getting in my recommended. I always kind of knew about Dead Rising, but I didn't really care. And when I started watching his channel, it was like, there's a lot going on with this game. This is really cool. I'm kind of interested in it. And if you're a fan of Dead Rising and you watch Dead Rising content on YouTube, I'm sure you can relate to this. Also, I'm sorry about the commentary on myself in the background here. This is the only Dead Rising footage I readily had available. So the biggest news for Dead Rising in years dropped recently, and it was the Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. They've taken the original game, given it a new coat of paint, updated animations, updated physics and mechanics to really modernize the game and make it new. All in all, it's supposed to be a pretty cool project, and recently review codes have been getting sent out to different creators on the platform. One of those creators wasn't Stippo. Naturally, I'm sure if you put yourself in his shoes and you're somebody who's created content solely on one game for over the past decade, and then this new game is being released and you're one of the people that don't get a code, you'd probably be a little butthurt. He posted a screenshot of him refunding his pre-order for the Deluxe Remaster, and all of his channel content is no longer accessible. I'm really hoping that he just privatized him and didn't actually remove the videos. That would be pretty awful. And I don't think he really put a lot of thought into this. I think this was a knee-jerk reaction. Again, like if you put yourself in his shoes, I'm sure you could understand the crushing feeling it would be to know that you weren't one of the people that were thought of when it came to giving out Dead Rising keys. But yet a guy that just played Dead Rising a couple hours last week is one of the people that get a review code. That really sucks. But we gotta look at this from a realistic standpoint. The people that are sending out these review codes probably aren't looking for fans of the games. They're probably looking for big content creators, people that can bring a new audience to Dead Rising, and they're probably also very particular about the type of content that those people make. Stippo's made a lot of interesting content over the years, but one thing you gotta understand is that he's probably covered a lot of content that Capcom really wouldn't want being public information or would want somebody having their hands on. He's covered a lot of pre-release stuff, a lot of developer builds, and I think overall, a lot of corporate suits don't like that. I'm sure there's a lot of people up in the developer room that think that stuff's really cool, but the people that are handing out the codes probably have their hands tied there. You know, if I'm the guy doing boundary break videos and I'm hacking into Nintendo games to get weird camera angles, I probably wouldn't be expecting a review code from Nintendo anytime soon. If I covered nothing but Call of Duty videos for over a decade, thank God I broke the cycle of doing that, and then I covered the new Modern Warfare 2 Remastered mod, I think it would be a safe bet that I could expect Activision not to send me a code for Call of Duty in the future when I'm covering unauthorized modded content. I think this could have easily just been a case of a stipulation, maybe a little rule that he broke, or maybe they just simply overlooked it, man. You really don't know. I don't think anybody said outright that he was blacklisted. He never posted anything like that, so I think he just kind of assumed that he was. Either way, I think it's a damn shame that he went to this length, and I don't think it's a good look overall. And honestly, pretty bad business decision, dude. Like if there was any amount of time where there was going to be an influx of traffic and new users to your channel, it would be now with the release of this game. Like dude, you're missing out on all kinds of ad revenue you could be getting right now. Think of all the new people that are gonna be picking up this game, looking up Dead Rising videos, and then get your videos in the recommended, in the algorithm. It would probably pay for the game itself before you even made any content on the game itself. And I know that you have a dedicated fan base of people like me that want to know what the guy has to say about this. When the Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, God that is a mouthful, was announced and people were talking about it, I didn't care about what any of these creators had to say. I wanted to know what the man himself had to say about it. And I was hyped, dude. And Stippo, I know you got a dedicated community, a dedicated fan base of people that want to know what you think of this game. And I think you're doing a big disservice by not covering it. You're leaving money on the table, dude. You have a treasure trove of content right in front of you and you're saying, didn't get a review code, not gonna do it. Again, I don't know if he sincerely took this offensively. I get it, but I think it was more of a knee-jerk reaction, and I don't think it's too late to come back from it. If it was me, I would reinstate all my content, make it public, maybe make a little public video saying, look, maybe I had a little bit of an overreaction. I was a little bit offended. If they didn't want to go with me, then I kind of understand and respect their decision. And hell, if they don't want to give you a code, you could just play into it, dude. You could be the Capcom bad boy. Start making videos and titling them like, this is the Dead Rising that Capcom doesn't want you to see. This is what got me blacklisted. Like, dude, come on, milk it. Overall, I hope we see this content come back. It's a wealth of information that may not even be preserved by anybody else. This is some serious Dead Rising history that may be lost to time just because he removed these videos. Nobody has covered this game to this much depth and detail as him, and the only people that lose out on this content are fans of the series, fans of you. Everyday people like me are the ones getting punished, not Capcom. They're not benefiting from this. Let's be honest here. Capcom's gonna be fine either way, whether Stippo's on YouTube or not. But the community, that's another story. Stippo, make your videos public, get your ass back here. We got work to do. And if you guys wanna see me talk about Dead Rising, I got 2 Dead Rising videos right here you can go check out. To everybody who's wondering where I've been the past month, I've been recovering from bronchitis that potentially may be pneumonia, but hopefully not. It's been a rough month, man. These past few weeks have been really hard on me, but we're gonna get back into the swing of things. I got videos in the pipeline that hopefully you'll be seeing pretty soon. So, all that being said, stay tuned. Hopefully we'll see some new Stippo videos pretty soon.